Hello and welcome. You're tuned into CNBC TV18 Prime. Let's get cracking on a brand new edition of The Big C from CNBC TV18 Prime Ionic Wealth Studios. I'm Manisha Gupta, back with your daily dose of commodities, crypto and currencies. Before we go to our guests, here's a quick look at the global market so far. Well, the stocks on the Wall Street closed Friday on a winning note as optimism over a rate cut from the Fed this week grows. In the week gone by, the S&P 500 added around 0.3%. Both the S&P and Nasdaq eked out a four-day winning streak, while the blue chip Dow Jones has been positive in 3 out of the last 4 sessions. Meanwhile, the markets in Asia trade mixed. Back home, the Nifty is just about holding up above those 26,000 levels. Take a look at the crude oil prices, and the front crude prices are at a 2-week highs as US-Russia talks on Ukraine peace deal failed to reach a breakthrough. Well, the likelihood of a US military intervention in Venezuela also holds prices slightly higher. The markets, in the meanwhile, also are pricing in a rate cut from the Federal Reserve in this week itself, supporting markets overall. Joining us now is Chandu Siroya. He's MD Siroya Jewellers. Mr. Siroya, thank you so much for joining in. And when you look at this year, there have been 45 times that gold has hit a record high. It also is the best year since 1979, and gold is holding 60% of gains in this year. With the kind of run-up that we have seen, I would want to tell you on what have you seen as in sense of changes in 2025. We also do understand that this has been a year where you have seen investment hit record highs as well. So while the markets are looking at gold as a mainstream asset class, how would you look at back at the year in sense of buying patterns and the way the prices have continued to move higher?
The prices have been very consistently moving because every investment advisor in the world today is saying that gold should be part of your portfolio. And when millions of those advisors tell you that, everybody is going to follow suit and buy a little portion, depending on their budget or whatever their system is. So gold is definitely the flavor of the year. It has gone up very well and it has performed very well. It has outclassed all the other investment scenarios. Regarding the jewelry markets, there has been a very big mixed response because in terms of value, the jewelry markets have done very well. But when you talk in terms of quantity, we've seen a 25 to 30% decrease all across. I think this is a global phenomenon, not only the Middle East or India, but it's everywhere. And I do believe that the prices are going to remain high, maybe go a little bit more high. So if anybody wants to invest in gold, maybe it's still the right time to invest because if you just said that there is a expectation of the Fed cut. So if that happens, gold will go up a little bit more. So there could be a chance of booking some profits also. So if you are into speculation, maybe you could take a punt. But I would always say buy jewelry. That is the best part because it makes your wife happy.
All right, and that is how the world works. Mr. Siroya, also, when you look at the jewelry demand this time around, there's one thing that the street believes is that even at these higher prices, and yes, a knee-jerk reaction has been that we've seen the volume this year decline. But in a larger scenario, a bigger picture, would you say that the jewelry demand does look to be on the firmer side going forward?
Yes, I do believe because now you see the price has sunk in. Everybody knows that this is the price, and everybody is expecting the price to move up. Jewelry in the Indian subcontinent and the Middle East also is a very cultural thing, and everybody has to buy jewelry for every wedding. We have millions of weddings happening every year. So even if they buy only a Mangalsutra and two bangles, it is going to be a huge quantity. So that demand is going to remain. There is a little bit of changes which has happened, and that is the jewelers have started offering a little lighter weight jewelry so that it becomes affordable for the people. You get the same number of pieces, but in a little lesser grams. Some people have also adopted maybe going from 22 carat to 18 carat and 14 carat also for diamond jewelry. The jewelers are all pushing a little bit more on the studded jewelry because that is a value addition for them as well as a little new for the consumers, and they are also happy to flaunt their newly acquired jewelry with stones, with the colors. Colors is the flavor, and the Gen Z and the millennials all want something different. So that is what has been offered by our jeweler brothers all across the Middle East and India.
Hmm. Mr. Siroya, when it comes to jewelry, and you did mention diamonds, and they seem to have had a significant uptick this time around in 2025 with the prices stabilizing and people aspiring to buy that as well. Various trends from various agencies tell us that tier 2, tier 3 cities seem to be buying that as well within Indian markets. When you look at India vis-a-vis Dubai, vis-a-vis other global markets as well, are you looking at diamond buying increasing?
Yes, there is a little increase because the awareness is there amongst the consumers, and many of the big brands are giving buybacks. They are also offering 100% exchange policies. Many smaller jewelers are also offering those policies so that the it becomes very attractive to the customers. And you see, we've been buying gold jewelry over a long period of time, but now if you want something new, then you have to add something different, and diamonds and precious stones are the future today. Also, the prices of diamonds have fallen quite a bit, so they become more affordable. And for those people who want a little more better alternative in terms of pricing, there is the lab-grown diamonds. Today, we also have lab-grown emeralds, lab-grown sapphires, and lab-grown rubies, which are also equally good. So there is a choice available to the customers when they come to the stores, and they can buy whatever they can invest in and whatever their budget.
Mr. Siroya, final question, and this is about the outlook now as we head into 2026. 2025 clearly has been very, very eventful. But as we get into 2026, what really would be the strategy? How are you looking at the markets now? Because almost all concerns that we've seen in this year and the factors responsible for prices going higher are pretty much still there. So 2026, when you look at demand and jewelry and investment as well, whether it is going to be in form of gold and silver and platinum and diamond, what are you working with in sense of strategy?
Uh, you see, there is gold is always going to be there as long as there are women and there is weddings. There will be gold in demand. It may differ. The combinations may differ. The styles are coming a lighter weight, as I said. Um, a big thing is also silver because silver, the price movement has been so sharp this year that it has become the new flavor also. Many people who don't want to invest in gold, they think it is already very high price, are also going towards silver. And a lot of silver jewelry is being made. A lot of lab grown diamond jewelry is made with silver, also with platinum. Platinum is, in terms of the stature of platinum, it is supposed to be more than gold. Whenever you say it is diamond, platinum, gold, and silver, and bronze. So platinum is supposed to be higher stature, but it is at almost half the price or less than half the price. So a lot of platinum jewelry is also being marketed, and it is also being promoted by many jewelers. It's a little tough material to work when it comes to craftsmanship, but we are finding new technologies. Technology is the center stage today. Everything is being made using 3D printing, and the improvements in those 3D printing is so much that a lot of handmade, intricate jewelry is being made by using machines. And of course, the final finishing has to be by hand, but a lot of work is done by the machine. So the cost of manufacturing is also going down a little bit. And in the end, I think we will all have a good market in 2026 because the gold price, I don't expect the gold price to go to maybe 30-40% higher from here. The gold price is going to remain in a gap of 10% plus minus. So that is already established fact. So I think there will be a good demand for jewelry as well as investment. A lot of investors are going into gold, and the buy and sell spread is also reducing. A lot of new people are going into paper gold, into ETFs, and a little more regulation is required. But once that is done, digital gold will also become very popular.
Okay. All right. So, well, the demand expected in 2026 also is on the stronger side, whether it's about gold, silver, diamond, lab-grown, platinum, all of that could continue to be in favor. Mr. Siroya, as always, thank you so much for joining in. And with that, we'll go into a short break. But up next, we will give you excerpts of my chat with Toranj Mehta of De Beers India. Stay tuned in for that conversation on the other side. Welcome back. You're with us on the Big C on CNBC TV 18 Prime. Joining us now on the show is Toranj Mehta. She's VP Marketing at De Beers India. Toranj, hi. Good to have you on the show. I mean, this is wedding season, and in any case, it would be very soon Christmas and holidays as well. A time when people do pamper themselves, and diamond buying is on the stronger side, especially with the gold doing what it is doing at all-time highs. A lot of jewelers in India and outside tell us that the diamond buying has been stable and growing slowly for 2025. What has been your sense?
So I think the way we are looking at how the market is moving, the kind of indications that we have, or even the indices that India is growing, that prosperity is increasing, affordability is increasing. So all of those indications also show us that the diamond market is very healthy and is moving up slowly. So that is a very clear sign for us too.
Toranj, would you have an idea on what really are people buying? Is it the smaller diamonds or the bigger chunks, solitaires doing better?
So India has always been a small diamond market, and I think consumers over here really look at value when they because they like decorative pieces. They like pieces that have some design element in it, and therefore here the choice is always about more on the design rather than just the big solitaire. Whereas the diamond is always there. So in this sense, the consumers normally buy smaller pieces, but we do see an increasing trend towards uh, larger carat purchases, but it's a trend that is slowly increasing.
Toranj, talk to us about on what De Beers campaign plans have been in 2025. We've seen De Beers do a lot of partnerships in sense of branding and marketing and pushing natural diamonds also. How has that played out for you?
In fact, we've had a very exciting year this year. We've launched three new modern day rituals. So aside from the normal wedding purchases that happen, we've identified places where consumers actually go and purchase diamonds, and these are rituals which are modern day rituals. So we've got things like the second piercing, where young girls actually choose when they want to pierce their ears, as opposed to the first piercing where they have no choice at all. And we call that the Love from Dad collection. We also uh, found a very clear market in the bestie relationship that every woman has. So there is always this one bestie who is a pillar of strength for um, every woman, and that relationship is highly underrated and not commemorated enough. So that is something that we look to amplify. And the third ritual that we have launched 2 days ago is the Love from Universe, because we realize that people and women, especially younger ones, are far more intentional in the way they make their choices about their lives, about what they want to be, where they want to go forward. They are very clear about what they are visualizing for their life, as well as they also have a lot of self belief. And that is what they showcase within their jewelry. It's not just a mere piece of adornment, but now when they are looking at purchasing, they look at it as part of what they really want to say about their personality, about their intentions, about their lifestyle, and the belief that they have within themselves. It's about their inner strength, and a symbol of that they are looking at with diamond jewelry. And that's something that we are now amplifying and we are building up on.
Sure. And is that the plan for 2026? And what more do you have in store for the coming year?
Um, so we will consolidate a lot of this in the coming year. So this collection that we have launched, which is the Natural Diamond Intention Pendant, and we call it the Love from Universe collection because of the fact that diamonds are born out of stardust and have been within the earth for billions of years, and then finally we are lucky enough to have the opportunity to be able to wear them as humans. And I think, and that is what really is miraculous about this collection. And that's the energy that we are looking at building from. So that's the collection that we will be also looking at expanding the next year in 2026.
Toranj, when you look at the Indian market in sense of diamond penetration, we understand that stands at around 10, 11%. Do correct me on that number there. And would you also say that the way the diamond is bought in India has changed? As you just alluded to that, would you say that it's not just around special occasions? There is a lot of self-buying that we are looking at happening too. And this seems like a trend, not just in India, but across the world.
Oh, yes. And you are right. The trend across the world is that self-purchase is growing as women are finding their own autonomy, their own financial freedom. Um this is one of the highest desired categories, especially in India, that women want to purchase in. If we were to look at our study, we find that including wedding purchases, self purchase is at 45%. And if you exclude wedding purchase, self purchase is at 66%, which is a large share of the purchase that happens by women for themselves. In terms of penetration, you're right, penetration is at about 11 to 12% just now. And our aim is to get it to 15% over the next 3 years. And that's one of the reasons why we are working with the GJPC and have created the Indra program, which helps to build physical availability and also helps retailers in tier two and tier three markets understand the business of diamonds and supports them in building the business of diamonds. And that's what we plan to do with our partnership with GJPC and Indra over the next year. Similarly, with our partnership with Tanishq, we also plan to educate their consumers on the uh, various aspects of natural diamonds that are so unique and so precious that they cannot be matched by any other gemstone in the world, and as well as also educate and create campaigns with them which talk about natural diamonds. So these are various
Okay.
initiatives that we are doing across the whole of next year to be able to build on the whole natural diamond narrative and uh, eventually expand the penetration, because there is a big pie, and we need to start moving in that and making the size bigger.
Oh, for sure. Toranj, I will wind down this conversation with one more question. And this is about the kind of options that consumers have across now. The colored gemstones, colored stones seems to be making an entry as well. There is lab-grown diamonds too. Then you also have emeralds, rubies, especially when it comes to wedding, also making very, very strong inroads. How are you dealing with so much that is available right now to choose from?
So you mentioned emeralds and rubies. Now, emeralds and rubies have been in jewelry since I don't know, ages. And what you will also notice that every time there is an emerald or a ruby necklace, all around it are diamonds. So it's not as though they are mutually exclusive. They go very well together. So to bring out the beauty of the ruby and the emerald, you need diamonds to make the emerald and rubies really look great. In terms of, you also mentioned lab grown diamonds. I wouldn't compare them as similar to natural diamonds because they are two very different things. It's like you're comparing the ice on the Alps and comparing the ice from your fridge. They're two very different things. They may have the same chemical composition, but two very different things. So, in terms of natural diamonds, as I mentioned, that there is a lot of belief that women have in, and the kind of desirability they have for natural diamonds in India is extremely high. In fact, from our research that we conducted recently on purchases, on diamond purchases and acquisitions in 2024,
Hmm.
uh, if the question we asked was, if the money was not a barrier, what
Hmm.
would be the first thing that you would buy? And there is a long list of things, and out of that, the first ranking thing is natural diamond
Natural
jewelry.
diamonds. Yeah, I'm not surprised.
So it's something every woman aspires for, every woman wants more and more of. So because it's a magical product.
Toranj, thank you so much for joining in and thank you for that very interesting conversation there. But with that, that's all the time that we have on this edition of Big C. Thank you, viewers, for watching.